going on, fellow humans and resellers? This is I, James. 22 years selling full-time on eBay. All right. So, how did yesterday turn out? Let's see. Made it to $668. Up 10.3% still. We're at 10:30 a.m. I'm only at $52 today. About 10 hours with 2 sales and 2 offers overnight. So pretty lame. So what I did this morning is, well, yesterday because I don't want to be over 50% selling cost, right? So it's pushing, what was it, 53? And then I looked at one day individually and it was 55. I'm like, no, can't do that. So yesterday I upped my shipping prices about a quarter, 25 cents. And then this morning I took my promotions down to 9%. So if you don't know, I've been pushing 15 and 20%. Most of the month I pushed 20%. So I bumped it down to 9. I'm going to do that for the weekend, see how the weekend plays out. Because if we're going, I don't know. I'm just tired of giving so much to eBay, but they're not giving you that back. You know what I mean? Like, if I spend more, I should be making more. And when you have overnights where you do, for whatever reason, you go 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 hours with 1 or 2 sales, that's not acceptable, So I'm going to bump it down to 9 for the weekend, see how that plays out. I am going with the kind of thought that the new pricing approach that I am taking is the percentage off by the year that it was listed. So 50% off the 2020 and older stuff, 40% off the 2021 stuff. So I'm hoping to push for snagging the buyer with the cost over trying to be promoted in the right position at the right time. So we'll see how that plays out. I thought about just taking everything off sale too at the same time and just like, screw it. But I'm like, that might be a little drastic. Maybe we'll save that for another weekend. So yeah, bumped them down to 9. So we'll see how it plays out. Because if you figure, if I knock it down 10% on the promotions, that's actually more than 10% because they take it off the shipping and they take it off of the taxes. So it's probably more like 12%. So if I can save 12%, so if I $600 yesterday ended up being, or $668 ended up being $558, I'd probably make the same amount of money. So, and when you're dealing with lower dollar items, that $100 could be 6, 7 items. So how many items do I lose by dropping it 10%? If I only lose 6 or 7 items, then it's probably going to be no big deal. So we'll see. The number of items yesterday was 42, I believe. Let's see. 42 items. 10 organic, 32 promoted. This morning so far, 2 organic, 2 promoted. But what did that just sell? It was a St. Louis Blues reversible skull cap. Sold for $16. Another thought process going into it is the last few times I went to the bins, I've been grabbing more unique stuff. Obviously, when you list items with less competition, you don't have to promote as much. So we'll see. We shall see. We'll see if the volume game wins out. Yeah. I don't know, I just woke up this morning going, you know what, I'm tired of, I think the overnight just having 2 sales in 10 hours or whatever was just like final straw. You know what, I'm just turning them off this week. Well, turning them way down this weekend, see what happens. Because I am not giving over 50%. I'm just not going to do it no matter what. So, and that includes shipping cost if you don't know. So if I make 600, I want 300 to go in my account. So, and that hasn't been happening the last probably week. And a lot has to do, somebody brought up yesterday about the shipping costs. That's what reminded me about that, because the shipping costs went up. So that's why I upped my shipping costs yesterday. Tried to even that back out. We'll see. We shall see. Oh, I've just been one of those chill moods the last couple of days anyway. So it's like, if I don't have a lot to ship, no big deal. I'll just keep listing. I think I ended up getting like 180 items listed yesterday. So, and I think I only got like 30 ready for today so far. So, but just do a chill weekend. See what happens. All right, questions and comments, I guess. Because I only got like 6 items or so here. So, hope you sell a bunch this weekend. We shall see. We shall see. And then I can always go into the, sales day by day after the day's over and see where I'm sitting. So, percentage-wise. If I keep up on shipping anyway during the weekend. On the same day. Thanks for the updates. It lets me know I'm not alone in eBay selling issues. Fun fact, I just got a message from them saying I had to sell more items to maintain my top-rated seller status. Sell more items? Do you have to sell a certain amount, I guess? But they would give me a grace period because reevaluation for me. I didn't know that was... Oh, I think it's based on a dollar amount, is it? Yeah, I think it is a dollar amount. I hope your stomach feels better. It has been the last couple of days. 3 days of poor sales here, but this is adding up to be my best January sales ever. 8 years selling. Nice. Yeah, those 3 days were pretty brutal. Started coming back yesterday, but I won't have I don't think I'll have a true feel of it since I've made such a drastic change in my account. Whether it was consistent throughout the weekend, building on yesterday, because taking it down 10% is pretty drastic. So we'll see. They're trying so hard to capture the Gen Z StockX sneaker market and the luxury watch and handbag market. Everything else is really just falling by the wayside. Also, eBay's direction is so confused that when they realized they needed other categories to survive, they built the most generic campaign of find your thing. So even if general consumers come to the site, it's so manipulated. Even yesterday, I am looking up comping items, and it keeps wanting to... Well, the one thing I put up I tried to comp was a women's scarf, and it brought nothing but Pokemon cards up, with none of the words in the titles. I mean, literally every one. There was like 136 finds for this women's scarf I was putting up, and 136 were Pokemon cards. That's the only result I got. It was totally strange. But then other times, it kept asking me for what car. Like, this is a CD. It has nothing to do with a car. There's nothing about a car or even a car part in the title. Or no, I scanned in a barcode on some of them. Other ones were typed in, but it's just confusing. They're confused. But yes, they are definitely confused. But hey, maybe that's the plan. Pump up the CPC numbers. Yesterday I thought it'd be fun to check my last 31 days compared to the same date last year. It was within 0.1% difference, vastly different items being added and significantly different price points. I'm going to do mine for the year. I've been doing it for the week. Let me do it for the year. Oh, today is Friday, so we can do the top 5. And I'll do it compared to the year. Let's do that right now. It is Friday. Do the same period last year. Same period last year, $5,229, down 11.8%. Selling cost was only 51.2, so that's not too far over the 50. Average selling costs $17, up 15%. Top 5 categories. Number 5, DVDs and Blu-rays. $298, up 73%. Number 4, vinyl records. $309, up 157%. This is from last year. Cassette tapes, number 3, $511, up 35%, or down 35%. Music CDs, $816, or up 16%. And number 1, back at number 1, men's hats, $877, down 37%. So my hat's definitely taken a beating. Definitely taking. So that was the same period last year, down 11.8. From the week before, down 7%. And that's big thanks to those 3 days that were just pure rubbish. Every day you're hustling. Good job, Janet, James, and Adrian. I'm with you on your feelings about what eBay did to their employees. It sure isn't a good look for them. My heart goes out to the employees. It was kind of brutal. It's crazy how some trolls try to call you out, but there are some major eBay sellers like Josh Galt who use you as the pulse for eBay, as you know the trends and how the platform acts better than any YouTube reseller due to hours you put into learning it. Also, keep up the good work. Thank you. Crap for me too the last couple of days. 0 sales in 5 days. Stumbled across your channel. Got a new sub here. New sub now, bro. Look forward to seeing more. Thank you. There's been a lot of new subs. Even though my video count views have gone way down, the counts have gone up. So I don't know. So welcome all newbies, and of course all the OGs and everyone in between. But I haven't been playing, like I said, I've been trying to I've been like stuck in a middle ground, like with my videos, like trying to get some of the outside, but not going full blast, so resellers can still see it. So I've been kind of like trying to play in the middle. Can't do that. Doesn't get you nowhere. You either got to commit to one way or the other. But right now it don't matter to me anyway. So hi James, question from your Canadian friend Mike. Need a little guidance on how to not take it personally when someone falsely makes a claim. Someone recently purchased 3 CDs and asked to make sure the cases were in good condition and not cracked. I made sure to put extra bubble wrap and bubble mailer. Buyer had 0 feedback. 4 days later, requested a refund due to a cracked case. Can't believe people still do that. Just tell them to send it back if they don't want it. Simple as that. It's a case. Tell them they can buy them at yard sales probably for 25 cents or local thrift store. Buy a CD they don't want for $0.25 and tell them you'll refund them 50 cents. That's what I kind of do. I'm like, you can pick up CDs at $0.25 anywhere nowadays. I'll refund you 50 cents for each case if you don't. And I kind of leave it at that. I have Vern watching over me. When I'm listing and shipping. Good news, the sale finally came through after 28 hours of silence. Bad news, every time I try listing on the app, it gives me errors. Other than the search, did I have anything go wrong yesterday? No. I had no problems yesterday other than the search being totally whacked out at times. I even ended and relisted probably 3,000 items or so. Ended and sold similar. And no issues. Except the normal where eBay lost one of the stock pictures, so it didn't relist that item. Last 3 days have been brutal. I agree the sales are there when they are seen and not manipulated. There was no advertising data today. I think that's the biggest frustration that I try not to think about with eBay is you have the sales when the people can find your items. And it's the fact that the algorithm is so manipulated, as you say, for promoted, that even if the item is on the website, not everyone who looks for it's going to find it. And a lot to do with that too is Google, because a lot of people use Google just to search on Google, especially unique items. And now that all the items are not pushed out to Google unless you do your offsite ads at the proper amount, because if you only do a proper amount, you're only going to get so many clicks that day. So after you reach that click, guess what? Your items aren't out there no more. So if somebody's looking for it on eBay, they're not going to find it. If they're looking for it on Google, they're not going to find it. But yet, it's listed on eBay. And that's the part that really makes no sense to me. I just hope that whoever comes in charge next, and that it's soon, just totally backtracks. I'm sure they won't. It's a nice thought, but it's definitely a downward spiral. And like I said, I'm curious to see the numbers when they come out. I mean, like last weekend was what, $900 days, $800 days, something. $884 and $900. That was promoting. Was I promoting at 15 or 20 then? I don't remember when I turned it down. Either way, if I get far less sales because it's turned down to 9, I mean, it kind of tells the story, you know. And the whole, location thing too, as part of that is kind of annoying. Like the internet's supposed to make the world bigger, not smaller. Or it's supposed to, you know what I mean. It's supposed to make the world closer together and things easier, not harder. But yet everybody wants to make it harder because they want to make more money somehow. So, but I'm still believing that overall, doing the way they're doing, not even put into account the pay that they've had to put into the work hours to do the changes. I honestly, I don't think it's going to benefit eBay in the long run. A couple of different reasons. And a lot of it's been proven in 2023. But first and foremost is the cost. Okay, you're suppressing things to get more out of other things. Does that even out? Okay, say it does even out. Say you're making just about the same as you were on less items by suppressing more and getting more of a higher promotion from others. Say you are breaking, you're at the same level. But what that does over time is it pushes sellers off the site because they realize they either have to promote higher or sell it someplace else. Sellers, so they start selling to other sites. Buyers realize they can't find it on eBay anymore, so they find it on Poshmark, find it on Mercari. And guess what? Over time, even if they were even or even up a little in the profit than what they were, I think over time it's just going to keep going down because you're frustrating more and more of your customers, and your customers are the sellers. Our customers are the buyers. And you're not making it easy for our buyers, which ain't making it easy for us, which is going to make it difficult for eBay. So it's kind of like right now I think it's, buyer, seller, eBay effect, where buyers are definitely hindered, sellers are definitely hindered and are moving. Next up is eBay being hindered. It's a downward, but like I said, does that hindering, where does that leave them on the scale of profitability compared to where they were before they put in the promotions? That's going to be the big long-term question. And I'm hoping whoever gets into that chair next is smart enough to look at those numbers and go, hey, we were doing better when we weren't doing this promoting crap. There's a reason we were doing better. What are those reasons? And let's delete it. We'll see. I think the fact that it's been so poorly pulled off might be the final nail in the coffin type of thing when it comes to the long-term profitability of it, because you've already pushed so many people away. Just my outside thinking, like I said, just from looking from the outside. I always feel bad for these trolls. They must have such miserable, sad individuals. They must be such miserable and sad individuals that their only form of entertainment is trolling. Thank you for the information videos. Yeah, and it's, a lot of the people who do that they're just, not that they're just not happy, they're not mentally stable. They can't find their way in life. They're kind of lost. Or they've had something tragic happen to them and that's how they deflect it onto other people without accepting it, realizing it, growing from it, moving on. They're just in anger mode or miserable mode all the time. And yeah. I mean, who has time to do that kind of stuff? Normal people don't. People who have a life don't. People who have ambition don't, So there's a lot of stuff lacking in people who do that. That's why I just put that one video out. Now, anytime I get a troll comment, I just copy and paste that link to the video because I'm over it. I'm done with it. So, all right, let's get some stuff done. Stop shit. Oh, do. I know this one I gotta go grab. We'll just put that there. It'll be good. It'll be a light one. All right, first up we've got Crystal Lewis, My Life cassette. Sold for $4, headed to Alexandria, Virginia. See, that's the thing too. Since I've done my sales, I've been getting a lot more low dollar stuff also. So that's why I was thinking about just taking my sales off. Not worrying about how many items I sell anymore. Just the dollar amount. Alrighty. Virginia. Ground. Guess I'm not too far off putting my media mail up to $4.50 now instead of $4.25. This one's costing me $4.02. It'd be $4.13 for media. But if they buy 2 or more at the asking price, they get free shipping. So I'm definitely going to keep those incentives up in hopes that they take off. All right, we got this dragon made out of words. I just put dragon made out of words. I'm sure it represented something, but I didn't even take the time to worry about it. Sold for $10.50, headed to Oklahoma. I took my shirts from $5.20. My shirts and hats from $5.25 to $5.50. But if you buy 2 or more, you get a $5 shipping. Next up, we've got Betty Boop as a werewolf. Headed to California, sold for $20. I'll throw her in a box since she's new with tags. Let me grab a 12 by 6 box. Whoops, I grabbed the wrong size box. Hold up. Let's see if she'll fit into this. Not as comfy. Let me grab the other. Not as comfy, listen to me. Like she's alive. Do the funky dance. Where are you coming off? The haunted dance is the chance. Do the hump. There you go. The haunted dance. Do the hump. 10, 12, 6. Dorothy. And I put my little ones like this up to they were 4 1/4. I think I moved them up to $5.50 also, because I hadn't upped those prices in a long time. Like this is $5.45, so. Next up, we've got Nestor Falls Fly-In Outposts, Canadian hat, Canada. So for $9, headed to New Richmond, Wisconsin. The haunted thing. That's $4.38. What'd I bump them up to? $5.50. Kenneth. Why are you singing that song, James? Next up, Jackson Southernaries. So for $7.20, headed to Cypress, California. I think I got more of these. I haven't ordered yet. So maybe I'll take stock this weekend so I can order supplies Monday. So medium meal's cheaper at $4.13. One. Next up, we've got St. Louis Cardinals Breast Cancer Awareness Hat. So for $11, headed out to St. Roberts, Missouri. My mind's just thinking, like, is there anything else I can do after marking that down to 9% that I should try that maybe I haven't thought about? Barbara. Yeah. We got the Branson Brothers at Silver Dollar City. Cassette tape. Headed to Mansfield, Missouri, sold for $10. See, that's the thing. When my sales are lacking, when I had one $20 sale and that's it. And it's mostly media for some reason. Somebody asked that the other day. Well, I guess this one's not mostly media, but overall, the day is mostly media when the sales are lower like that. Somebody asked it, what was the reasoning behind it, or what was my theory behind it. My only theory I ever came up with that is sometimes during the shutdown, your items have to re-index over again, and maybe the media items are the first to re-index, meaning the ones back live, and it takes time to build everything else back. But then by the time they build everything else back, they're shutting it down again at night. So then it has to start over again. So you get these days of just partial sales because not all your items are back indexed. And the fact that the numbers are off so much could play into that. The fact that some people are having half their store not show up and not be found on eBay, that could play into that whole indexing thing. Didn't repopulate the listings. Standing on the outside in, looking in, you never know. So, and they ain't gonna tell us. So, Kimberly. It all makes sense in ignorant theory, meaning not having the full knowledge of what the hell is going on, not even really having much knowledge of what the hell is going on, not having any knowledge of what the hell is going on. But the fact that I had a shirt and plush and stuff overnight, maybe everything didn't come down last night, so hopefully I have more variety in sales today. At least the scan form worked last night. Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta go grab that one. Stay. Kimberly. Barbara. Laura. Kenneth. Dorothy. Okay. That is it. I don't even think I got any posh yesterday, did I? Nope. All right. So we're $69 at 11 o'clock. But not going to worry about what we'll make this weekend. Since I turned it down, we'll just see what happens. So, all right. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. And a very short video again today, other than my talking. And I'll see you all in the next video. Later.